Welcome to day 2,440 of What Shift You Know. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting the journey originally as I came online from the brick and mortar corporate world of business. Spent decades in both corporate America while simultaneously building, growing, supersizing, scaling, selling, divesting, and doing all kinds of things in the business world on the side. So actually had dozens of businesses before I left corporate America. And then following my divorce in 2015, 2016, I came online in 2017 because I was looking for something to do. So of course, old enough to retire, but I wasn't done yet. And so I'm like, I got to look into this internet stuff. It's been around for 20 years now. Maybe there's something to it. So I hopped online and started to follow different rabbit holes because I've learned that I am easily distracted, like so many others, when it comes to things on the internet. Even nowadays, there's so much vying for our attention. We actually have to steel ourselves, meaning protect ourselves from all of the stuff that we're inundated with. I don't even know where to start talking about that. It is such a huge subject, but we have to set boundaries for ourselves and guidelines for ourselves, just like we would our kids. I know my daughter and my son-in-law, for their daughters, they have two beautiful little girls, and they have to set boundaries when it comes to use of technology. Their iPad, their grandparents gifted them an iPad when I think my granddaughter, the older of the two, was only 1, and so they are little technological whizzes at 1.5 and 3. It's mind-boggling to me, since I didn't grow up with technology, right? We had a TV in the house. We had a phone attached to the wall that everybody shared, things like that. That's dating myself, but I think everybody knows how old I am. I pretty much share it on a regular basis because I'm just delighted to be here. So today in Supersize Your Business, we're talking about infrastructure strategy. I'm spending, I don't know, maybe a month or two on covering fundamental strategies that any business in any industry wants to consider, or at least have on a checklist of intentionally choosing not to do as we're building and growing and scaling our business. And the infrastructure strategy, I think of it as the scalable infrastructure strategy, because if we want to grow and build and supersize our business, we need to build our systems so that they are scalable, so that they can handle. My rule of thumb is I ask myself, at each part of the process, each thing we do, will this process function at 10x the volume? If 10 times as many customers are coming into our business, do we have the systems and processes and procedures, automations, delegations, frameworks in place to handle that 10-fold volume? And what if it's 100-fold? You know, that's most of us dream and desire to have a great big supersized business, but can we handle it? And I gave the example of when I first entered the Italian food manufacturing business with my sister. We were set up small to stay small, and I wanted to supersize that business, and in order to do that, all of our processes and procedures needed to become scalable, and the vast majority of them were not. It meant we had to get different types of equipment to handle parts of the process. We had to change the way we did things. We had to change the way we did everything in order to be able to scale and build and grow that business. And that applies to any of our businesses. For the Let's Grow Annual Challenge, today is day 277, and we are focusing on communication this month, communication growth. And today's topic is communication thoughts and beliefs. So I already started making a list of what are my communication thoughts and beliefs. And then at the end of the day, I'll look at them and I'll say, this one's working in my favor. This one, not so much. Because once I identify those things, I start to address them and say, okay, well, I understand that I used to believe that I'm not a good listener. And that will rear its ugly head every once in a while in my life. I also say I'm from a family of interrupters. That doesn't make it right. Doesn't mean I want to be an interrupter. So I'll look at those and I'll say, yeah, that one's still working against me periodically. So how am I going to take action over the course of this month to negate or eliminate or replace that belief with something that's much more empowering? I didn't share my 3 core communication growth beliefs yesterday. I forgot to, but mine are love, of course, is always one of mine. Understanding and connection. Because those are the things that are most important to me. All right. If I can help you in any way, please, please, please ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day. It is a crazy week around here, so bear with me. If you ask me a question, it takes me a few minutes to answer. Don't get angry. I will answer it. I love when you ask your questions in a public way, a public forum, versus just direct messaging me, because then I can answer that question for everyone. Chances are, if you have a question, so do hundreds, if not thousands of other people. So never be afraid to ask your questions. All right. Have a great day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.